Over 10,000 blocks in multiple dimensions, and Ferris is still alive. No one expected that. But most importantly, we have been doing lots and lots of collecting and gathering of stuff and things because we've got quite a lot we want to get done today. Basically, I've been saying that for the last couple of episodes and not really achieved many of the things we set out to do. We keep getting massively distracted. But to start off this episode, look at all this loot we got from raiding the end. We've got 3.5 stacks of shulker shells, which is amazing. We've got so many tools and bits of armor and all these wings as well. I did, of course, enchant one set of them, but I don't actually plan on using them just yet. I'm having fun riding around on Ferris and just walking around, really. So although we do have the wings, I use them a little bit to do some end raiding. They're probably going to go into temporary retirement. In fact, for now, I'm just going to hang them up there. We also went out, we got a bunch of sand and sandstone, and one entire box of sand I have already turned into glass because we're going to need that too. And we've got lots of other bits and bobs. I've sort of collected a bit more deep slate because we went mining for a few more diamonds. We've got a temporary little sugarcane farm here as well because I needed a little bit for some rockets, but we will of course make a proper one at some point. And we collected some bamboo, some cactus, some pickles, and all sorts that we need for the dyes as well, and of course some of the corally bits because we're going to be needing some of these for our first project today, which actually involves us heading over to where our main base area is going to be. First off though, I'm going to quickly sort out these boxes and get everything put away. Everything's sorted and it's time to head over to our main base. And between episodes I have actually done a little bit of work, not a lot, but a very small amount, down here beneath the bridge, just to try and tie it into the landscape a little bit more. We haven't got too much going on, just a little bit of coarse dirt, some path and some mossy bits, but I think that really does help make a difference to the bridge down there and kind of sets it into the landscape a little bit better than it already was. But we're not here to look at terraforming. Let's head towards our main base area. And I'm still in love with this tunnel. It's working a treat. Although now we've got a light it'll probably get used a lot less after a week or two. But that's not the point. The point is it exists and it looks nice. So I'm just going to tie Ferris up here and look upon our lands. As you can see, I've cleared all the rest of the trees out from here. And the ones on the bank here aren't too much of an issue. But I've also marked out roughly where we're going to be building up on the cliffside. And in regards to theme and things like that, we're going to be going somewhere around the sort of medieval, piratey, that kind of thing, because in season 1 we built like a medieval fantasy village type thing. Last season we built a city, and now I kind of want to merge the two and build a medieval style city over here. But that's nothing we're going to be focusing on today because we're getting to that point in the season where I've not built any farms yet. Nothing whatsoever. And we're getting to a point where we're starting to need things in larger amounts. And I do want to get myself a mob farm built, which we're going to be doing way off in the distance over that way, out of our render distance from our city, or at least what will be our city. But in order to do that, I need to build some other farms to get the resources I need to build the mob farm, because I have been working on a design for a mob farm, and it's kind of, it does passive mobs as well as non-passive mobs, and it should allow for a few other bits and bobs over there as well once we build it. But I need a lot of things, and the first one of those things I need is going to come from in here. In fact, more precisely, it's going to come from down there from that spawner, because we need lots and lots of string. So let's go down and take a look at the area down there, see what we're working with. So because of its location, we haven't got to do too much in the way of clearing. It looks like it's also on a very thin floor that's only maybe a couple of blocks deep. In fact, let's quickly drop down onto that mine shaft bit and have a proper look. So even from underneath, you can see we've only got like 2 or 3 blocks to clear, and then we can literally just build everything we need down here, the kill chamber and so on. So it should be fairly easy for us to do. And the good thing is we've also got some amethyst geodes down here. There's one there, there's one over there, and that's very, very good news because I'm going to be needing quite a bit of the stained glass for this. Tinted glass, not stained glass. So the first thing I'm going to do is just to clear out this area a bit because we've got lots of cobwebs in the way, of course, and I just want to mark out where the farm needs to go and, well, deal with these skellies as well, apparently. Get out of it. I've marked out the area where the spider farm is going to go. However, I realised I should probably actually mine out the geode over there and make sure that all of the budding bits are exposed before we get too far. Because as I say, we are going to need quite a lot of bits from over there. We might be waiting a while. I don't even know if we're going to have any by the time we're actually requiring it for this farm over here, but I think it definitely makes sense to go and clear it all out a little bit. So I'm going to quickly empty my inventory. I've got an empty box here somewhere. There we go. And let's go make this a little bit more efficient before we go too far. Well, that's that one dug out, and it had a pitifully small amount of the actual sort of growing cluster type bits. What are they called? Budding amethyst? It had a very small amount of those, so yeah, not ideal. However, there is another geode down there, which is pretty much just below the spider spawner, so I think we're going to go check out that one as well and see if that one's a little bit better maybe, and hopefully with both of these going, we might actually get enough shards after all, but who knows? Right, down here, I guess. Ah! Okay, this one doesn't look like it's got that many either, to be honest, but we might as well make the most of it. Get out of the way. Safe to say, I think we've also got a slime chunk down here. Well, once again, this one didn't have too many either, but with both of these combined, we should at least be getting a decent amount. While we leave that to do its thing, I know for a fact they're extremely slow, but hopefully we'll get some more before we're done at the top here. But I need to dig out the rest of this and actually make the chamber for the spiders. So I've made some progress over here. I've dug out the hole. I've put a bit of a frame in of where things need to go. However, I do still need to do a little bit of digging, and I need to make sure I get the glass in. Essentially, the bits I've left blank on the walls is where I want to put the tinted glass. And we also need to get a redstone lamp so that we can actually turn the thing on and off. However, for that, I'm going to need to go get myself some glowstone, which means we're going to have to go to the nether, and the slimes. Honestly, there are so many slimes around here. It is ridiculous. I've got loads of slime now. We probably won't even need a farm. So it's going to be very, very simple. We're literally just going to put a line of water at the back here to push them all into the magma blocks over this side. And then we're going to put fan coral on the block just above the water, which will actually stop the spiders from trying to crawl up and out. So once they're over here and they've died, a hopper minecart will just be going underneath, which we can turn on and off as well. And that's just going to collect all the string and dump it into this chest here for us. So very simple, but should do the trick just nicely and get us all the string that we're going to need. I've got all the coral fans in. The minecart is underneath. I just need to put the water in, and you may notice I've blocked in the sides in solid blocks here now, and that's because I just don't have enough of the tinted glass at the moment. The amethyst geodes take absolutely forever to actually do their thing, so we're just going to make do with some solid blocks for now. We can swap them out, and we're going to decorate this and make this look a little bit nicer further down the line. For now, I just need it working, I just need the string, and that should do the trick marvelously. So I'm going to have one more quick check, see if there is any more of the shards down here at the geode, but I don't imagine there will be, because, as I say, they are very, very slow to grow. Yep, and there's not a single one there that's actually ready to harvest. Oh well. So we also don't have the redstone lamp currently, so once again, that's something we're going to have to add a little bit later, and for now, we're just going to have to put solid blocks on the roof, because it's all we've got. It will be nice eventually, though, to actually be able to see in through the roof of this, so that's something we'll just have to sort out as and when we can. So interestingly, even though it's pitch black in there, we've got absolutely nothing spawning, and I have no idea why. I'm going to do a couple of tests and see if I can figure out what is going on in there. My first thought is maybe it's something to do with the magma blocks we've got on the bottom here, so I'm just going to do a little test by quickly covering up all of these, because these do emit a small bit of light, but it shouldn't be enough to affect the spawner. It is 100% definitely pitch black in there now, and still nothing is spawning. I'm very confused. Is the spawner broken? So I honestly have no idea why that spawner is not spawning things, but we have been having some issues with spawners in that we do have an area over there where there's clearly supposed to be a spawner and it's not generated. So I'm wondering if it's bugged out in some way, shape or form. Very odd. I guess I'm going to have to look up some bug things and find out what would possibly be causing that, but in the meantime, we're going to need to find somewhere else to get string, because we really are going to need a decent amount of string for our mob farm. Obviously, once we have the mob farm, we're going to have more string than we're going to know what to do with, but we need string to get string, apparently, because this isn't working. So I logged out to do a bit of editing on that last section, and on logging back in, it appears to be working now? Is that all it needed, a relog? I really don't know, but I also don't really want to risk stopping this from working if I run away or if I relog again, but it does seem to be working though. So I'm going to stay here for a bit longer. We're going to get some more string and so on and just see how it goes, I guess. Has it stopped again already? Nope, there it goes. I've been here for a couple of hours listening to spiders dying, and we've got over a chest worth of string, which is going to be hopefully enough for our purposes moving forward, at least until we get our proper mob farm set up. So, well, we're basically done with this thing for now, and I have no idea if we'll ever need to come back. However, that doesn't mean we can't still make it look good, because it really doesn't. And I'm also hoping that the geode below is a little bit more packed than it was last time we checked. because I really would like to get the last of that tinted glass in. Let's see what we've got, and oh, look at that. That is much more like it. That goes to show how long we've actually been standing at the spider farm just to get that chest full of string. Well, that's much better. With one harvest, we've managed to get over 6 stacks of these shards, and that means we should easily be able to get enough glass to finish this off and actually get it looking a little bit nicer, because it's just a bit of a weird woodeny stony box at the moment, and that's not ideal. There we go, that's looking much better. We can actually see into it from every side now, and we've done the roof as well. I've also added in a few little details just to make it look a little bit nicer down here. I don't really know exactly how this inside area here is going to look when we're done. Either way, this is now working, we have all the string we need, and it's time to crack on and sort out another farm. By which I mean I'm going to stand here and farm some bamboo for a bit. Well, that should be enough bamboo for my purposes, and now we go back to the string farm to commit sin. And this is what we need, and you all know how we feel about this stuff, but to make our mob farm, we're going to need a whole bunch of it. Well, that's what we've got for now. I think we're probably going to need a bit more than that, probably about twice that, in fact. But we've got plenty of string to make that happen. We just need a little bit more bamboo. So I think I'm going to go plant what I do have left and do things the old-fashioned way, because we've actually run out of bone meal now. And while we head back to go get that sorted, I had a little run-in with Foxy the other day, because I noticed something about my base area. Let me have a word with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, what have I done wrong? It wasn't me.
Well, Foxy. Well, Foxy, a little birdie tells me.
No, it didn't. What bird?
No, right. Basically, I've just got on a 12,000 block round trip to the mining desert to get myself some sand.
What sand?
Yeah, but you know sand, Foxy.
Yeah.
Stuff that's made out like beaches.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't mined any this season, Mr. Beardstone. None at all.
Have you not?
No,
none. Absolutely
and there's definitely
zero.
none on camera of me mining any from your little island. I wouldn't do it. In fact, I've been stopping other people going there.
Okay, cool. See, that's what I thought, because they were trying to make out that it was you that was stealing my sand, and I was like, nah, that's ridiculous. Foxy wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that to you, Mr. Beardstone. I respect you far too much. I would never steal your sand. It was Jesse B.
Yeah, you see, that sounds more likely.
Yeah, and Tiz. I'm pretty sure I saw him doing it. And
yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah,
everyone else basically, just not me. While I was there, I had my shovel out, and it looked like I was digging sand, but actually I found a way to put sand back with the shovel rather than removing it.
Oh, so have I. Just put unbreaking on a shovel.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. See, if you watch that video back of mine in reverse, I've completely rebuilt you and a little island near your base. You're welcome.
Thanks. Right on my dock where the lighthouse was going to go. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Foxy.
I'm so kind, I know.
Yeah.
A true gent.
To be honest, I'm going to be covering that whole bit with rock anyway, because I'm putting a lighthouse there. I'm not building a lighthouse on sand.
No, it'd sink. That's not a good idea. Do you know what? Wouldn't it be helpful if someone went and removed a few layers of that sand for you? I can help out with that if you want.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I could probably use the sand if I'm honest.
No, you found a nice mining desert. You don't need that little bit of sand near your base. You can go a long, long way for it. You're welcome.
On a mule. By noticed, I obviously mean chat told me during a live stream, but it appears that Foxy has been stealing sand from our beach over here. Luckily, it doesn't actually make a blind bit of difference to us, because we're actually going to be converting that to stone a bit later on anyway. So, no harm, no foul, but we can't let this go unanswered. So if you've got any ideas on how we can get Foxy back, please do let me know. It needs to be something small, something subtle, something that he'll eventually notice, but not necessarily straight away. I don't really know. But we can't let this go unpunished. Safe to say we're going to be planting and growing bamboo for the next couple of hours, so I will see you all on the next episode. Bye-bye now.